Sylvia. We have a full house here. So next here I have Kim coming in, and Kim's gonna come in from Pacific Coast Title. Come in, Kim.
Hi guys, good morning. Good to see you via Zoom. Should I'll sit here? Hey, I want to announce, as we've all been talking, and Simon Wu is with me as well, about the shifting market. Please contact us. We have a lot of good information on the 80/20s, which are seconds that are in default. We also, this Saturday, I don't know if any of you can join. This is kind of last minute. You need to let me know. We are hosting Seth Phillips, Mr. ADU, at our office this Saturday in Glendale at 10. And he's going to be talking about the upside and potential for business with the new SB 9 bill. So please feel free to contact myself or Simon Wu if you have any questions. Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Simon from Pacific Coast Title. Just want to say one thing. It's a different market. You know, things are all new. New market, new things. But there's still a lot of leads out there. But depends on who you meet. You get different leads. So my suggestion: meet everybody you can. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
I
much.
appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, Simon.
No, thank you.
Okay, so next, who else do we have here? Let me see. We are such a full house today. Any other affiliates out here? Okay. I think I got them all out here for now. For those of you that are here, we do have some donuts, kind of shared donuts from the association, the AAR. And let me put here. Okay. And some cookies from the tournament house. We had a meeting over at the tournament house last night, kicking off our 2023 Rose Parade. So before I continue to our next affiliate here, on behalf of Coldwell Banker Dynasty here, I'd like to extend my condolences to you, John, here formally on the computer, and say, you know, we are extremely sorry for the loss of your father. We know you were extremely good son, and I get it, I understand. Been in your shoes, yeah, I hope you have peace and serenity in your heart for the rest of your life, and keep him alive in your memory. Thank you. So I'm going to hand it over to you, John.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. John Wax with Snap NHD for all your NHD tax and environmental needs, FHDS explanations. I'm here for you. Thank you for everyone for all your outpouring of love and great comments regarding this tough time. He was 97, and a friend of mine in 2015 did a 6-hour interview with him. So I've got hours and hours of tape information of the interview, so of his voice explaining what went on, you know, during his life. It was like a biography, and I look forward to listening to that. He was laid to rest. He was with my mother at Hillside Mortuary and Funeral Cemetery. And we have a whole wall of relatives over there. My tip to you right now, just like anything in a changing market, be ready, be prepared. Order your NHD reports at time of listing. Consult your specialist, because they're the ones that are going to help you through the transaction. I'm not done with you once you order it. I'm with you throughout the transaction and even after the close of escrow. I'll be here to answer your questions. The FHDS card form is in the report, so there's no question. If it's not in the report, don't have to deal with it. We will tell you in 5 places if the property's in a high or very high, or we're in a fire zone that may require the use of the form. You can use us in 3 or 4 different transaction platforms, including SkySlope, the card drop-down menu, Glide, and others. So it's very easy to order the reports. And my biggest tip to you is always wear your badges, have cards, pens, appropriate documents with you, because you never know where your next deal is coming from. And thank you again, everyone. I appreciate it.
Thank you for that. I'm wearing mine, and boy, you know what? It's something that is very understated, and you're absolutely correct. Next in line here, we've got Scott. Scott, you're up.
Hey, everybody. Scott Shimamoto, Journey Mortgage Advisors. All right, here's the thing. Rates are up. They're like 6% right now. So a lot of buyers out there are sitting on the sidelines and they're like, I don't want to buy right now because rates are high. Okay, so a lot of the buyers, they're not business people, right? So we are business people. We need to educate them as to why right now is the best time to buy. When rates are high like this, that tends to keep the home price down. So maybe they're not going to bid 100,000 over asking. They're going to get the property for a decent amount of money. And we don't expect that the rates are going to stay at this level. We feel like the rates are going to come back down. The subscriptions that the people I subscribe to that track this and track the economy and track everything else, we're seeing that rates are going to come back down maybe in the 4s or something like that here in the next couple of years. So if you're out there representing buyers or you have some buyers that are sitting on the fence, you got to have this conversation with them because, if they wait and rates go back down, maybe that house that they were going to buy for 800, maybe it's going to be 900,000. So they're going to, for a couple percentage on the rate, they're going to lose a couple $100,000 possibly. So I guess my message is when we're out there selling, we need to sell as professional people who deal with real estate and investments and everything else, not just, oh, the rate's right here right now, so sit on the sidelines. You know what I'm saying? So that's my tip for the day. I'm also on a commercial right now for a company called Clever Care. So if you see me on ESPN or I think they're showing on the Dodger game, that's me. That is me. So thanks, Sylvia and Calvin, for letting us participate in your meetings.
Of course. Are you kidding? We are very, very, very humble and honored to have you all here. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. So I'm going to throw something back at you and all the other affiliates. So we're in a different market. And what does that mean? From A to Z, right? So I've had some lenders stop by at open houses and say, I have clients and agents are not helping them. So I'm doing my own videos at the open houses so I can get these loans off my table. Is that something that you can help out, or any other lender here can help out with our agents, is to attend their open houses and maybe you have some pre-approved buyers that their agents kind of lost touch with them, and you can kind of help, it's a win-win for you, the agent, and everybody else.
Love to work with realtors any way we can.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Very diplomatic answer. Appreciate you. Love it. Next here we have Sage. Sage, you're up.
Hi, sorry, my dog is wanting to play at the worst time.
Oh.
But first off, I didn't know about your dad, John, so I'm sorry for your loss. That must be tough. So
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Also, I said last time in our last meeting that my NHD did come out with that CREST NHD. It's the same thing as a my NHD report, but since you guys are a CREST E&O insurance, it just means that you have the availability to allow your seller to have an additional $25,000 in E&O insurance. So you were open to do that because you are a CREST E&O office. Also, it's a Realtor Safety Month. So just be aware of your surroundings. I posted something on my Instagram yesterday about being aware of your surroundings. And funny thing is, right after I posted that, 5 minutes later, someone followed me to my car, harassing me, yelling for my number, and saying really vulgar things to me. So just be aware of your surroundings. It can happen to any of us, especially realtors at your open houses. Do buddy system, keep pepper spray on you if you're a woman, and just be aware of your surroundings.
Absolutely. Great advice, Sage. I'm here for you. You need a shoulder. I'm a person of experience. I've had much experience. I was a magnet at some point, which I was profiled by law enforcement. And I'm not a victim. Just remember, you stand tall, stay strong. And it's not a woman thing. It's an anybody thing. This happens to anybody. Thank you. Appreciate you. And next here, I have Brandon. Brandon, you're up.
Good morning. Thanks, Sylvia. Hope everyone's
Welcome.
having a fantastic day. It's, I guess, second week in September, so we're getting through the year now. And I also wanted to first say my condolences to you, John. That's definitely 97 is a great life and a life well lived. To get it, I hope to get to 97 one day, hopefully. So something that I've brought up a couple times, we have these new buyer's guides, and what I can provide to you is for those of you who have clients that speak Mandarin primarily or Spanish primarily, but all the documentation, the NHD report, the prelim, everything will be in English because not everybody within the transaction speaks those languages. But these guides are really great at really breaking down the key words within the NHD report that may be confusing to someone who one speaks English. So I have English buyer's guides, but then also people who speak Mandarin and Spanish may help them to explain some of the information within the NHD better. So I have those in PDF version, and then I have Spanish and English for those of you who have clients who want a physical copy. So just email me or text me and let me know if you want those, and I can send that over to you. I can send the PDF right away, but if you need that physical copy, I can do that as well. And then the other thing that I don't really mention a lot, but those of you who have clients who also want the earthquake book in a physical copy, we also are one of the few companies who still prints those out. So if you need those and you want it in a physical form, I can do that as well. And then something that I know we're talking about realtor safety, but also emergency preparedness month, I believe is this month. And this is something where we know right now there's a really big fire in Big Bear. This is a great thing for you guys to use the NHD data and information to prospect to your clients and future clients, and provide them with information that's going to show that you care about them more than just a sale, and that you are the local area expert and you are looking to help the community. I have a lot of resources that I can provide to you. I'll put my info in the chat, and please reach out anytime if you need any of that.
Perfect. Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate that. And that's a good point. Being the local area expert, which is something that I know management here has been focusing with our agents, and it's not just in property expert, it's community expert, it's outreach expert, it's everything expert as you possibly can. So thank you, appreciate you. Next to I see here is Angie. Angie, you're up.
Hi, good morning. And Angie Penny, First American Title. John, I'm so sorry for your loss. My condolences out to you and your family. The one thing I'm glad that you have is the biography. He lived a wonderful life, and you'll be able to enjoy that for the years to come. I wanted to share with you guys, with the shifting market comes fraud. And when that happens, since we're a nationwide company, we see it happen in the East quicker than it does, and it starts to trickle down to the West. And so our counterparts out in, not our counterparts, but our First American division out in the East Side, like New York, and then it starts to trickle through. So they gave us some tidbits about some fraudulent activity that's happening. There is an LLC that has been, I guess, tagged by First American as somebody who's been, I guess, they're just tagged for fraud. So in case you're dealing with any of these properties that fall under this LLC, which I'll give you the name in a little bit, just keep in mind that you may not want to work on their listings, because more than likely, once it's tagged by First American, the other title companies will also tag them, and it's just eventual until they get caught by the FBI. So just keep in mind the LLC. Let me pull up the name. Sorry, I'm just driving still. Let me get the name for you. This one's a funky name, but it's RPRO 152N3 LLC, California Limited Liability Company, and then the other name is also Brent Lee, BRENTLEE. So they've been tagged by First American. They were tagged by our corporate division, and so just keep in mind. So as it shifts, the market shifts, fraud is going to be on a rise again, like it was in 2008. And so just be diligent and aware of all the transactions you're dealing with. Make sure you get your listing prelim so that we can verify everything and validate everything. And I'm also here to help you grow your business. Angie Tang, First American Title. Thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate it. This is like a risk management class here, and it's one of my favorites, and I think it's one of Kelvin's favorites too. So thank you, appreciate it, be safe. I'm looking here if there's anyone else, if there's any other affiliates that I missed. I see a lot of our agents here from Arcadia and Temple City. Welcome, buenos dias. I'm looking here, and I do not see anyone else. Is there any affiliate that I have missed? Anyone here or just signing on? No? Okay, before we continue and hand it over to Kelvin, I also want to share that, I'm gonna let Kelvin share that. I don't wanna overstep there. Kelvin, it's all yours. Take it on.
I was looking forward to something exciting, and then you slipped me from under the rug and got me
I know.
with my emotions.
I know.
Good
I
morning,
know.
everyone. All right, we're sort of in the middle of September already. Everyone's back to school. Summer is over. We now feel the transition of a little bit of cool air, and got a little bit of rain, sprinkle, a dabble of rain the past couple of days. Actually, some areas of San Bernardino and Riverside were flooding. But want to get into the real estate news. It's great to see everyone again, and back for another sales meeting as on schedule. Thank you all for being here, and obviously we love and are thankful and appreciative to have you with us. So wanted to get together on the slides, and as always, if you have any questions or anything, don't feel free to go ahead and interrupt me and or ask questions during this during today's sales meeting. All right, and thank you to the affiliates for joining us as well, sharing all of your industry knowledge and expertise and potential crimes going on in the area and fraud. There's a lot of stuff, there's more bad news today going on in the world and in all of our headlines than the good news. But I just want to start today with a positive note and start with a little bit of a quote from Jim Rohn. If you really want to do something, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. And imagine and think about all of the things that you've always wanted to do, but you've procrastinated on. Oh, I've always wanted to buy, this beautiful big house. Okay. Oh, I've always wanted to travel to Fiji. Okay. But, I've just been so busy. Oh, I just don't have time. Oh, my kids, we have too much agenda and activities in the next coming months. Oh, we don't have the budget. Okay. Our excuses are endless. And it's our mind playing tricks on us. It's our mind kind of telling us it'll be okay if we actually don't achieve our goals. That's the way I look at it. Because if you really have goals, you should be inspired to really just have front and center your goals, something that your heart and your mind are connected, in which you want to get that accomplished, you want to get there, you want to achieve this. And I want to remind you, it's not just, goals are not just there just to be January at the beginning of the year. Your goals are always continually changing, adapting to the new environment, to our new economy, to the way our sales and our businesses are kind of changed today, especially after the post-pandemic era. So we need to change our ways. We need to change the way we focus. We need to shift our mindset. And I really hope you have a variety of goals, not just something regarding sales, not something about business, but moreover for your family, for your personal friendships and your relationships. Have goals for your children. Have goals that you're setting for your spending, or for vacations, or for joining certain clubs or organizations, getting some projects done, getting some house cluttering done, not necessarily during the spring cleaning, but every single month. So just giving you some tips and ideas, because once you declutter, once you kind of focus on the things that matter to you, I think you'll find a little bit more accomplishment, success, and or just the mindset that, hey, I've got something done today. Set daily goals. People forget that. You have daily goals that you should be setting. Okay.
Kelvin, may I jump in on that?
Sure, Sylvia. Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I appreciate that. And it's amazing how we're always on the same wavelength. So daily goals. So I've always been told that I'm a one-speed person, and I have been. Whether I'm disabled, whether I'm in a hospital bed, it doesn't matter. My mind is on one speed, and it's always going at one speed, and that's just, fast lane. So this weekend, our goal was something that, as long as I've been Sylvia, my maiden name Vicente, or Sylvia Ramos, I have never really taken time off. So this weekend, Mark says to me, Sylvia, we had a concert on Friday, a concert on Saturday. We had open houses on Sunday. And he says, what do you say if we just stay home and veg out and hang out with our dogs? And I looked at him and I said, okay. And he looked at me and says, no debate, no argument, no counterattack, no nothing. Sylvia Ramos said, okay. And I had to discipline myself to sit down and just binge on comforting movies and train my brain connected to my body that says, let's do this. And you know what? The outcome was remarkable. It was remarkable because we took little mini breaks, and we have possibly 2 future listings coming just from 2 mini breaks. But it's helpful. So the quote that Mark wants us to share with everyone today is, it's not what you say to everyone else that determines your life. It's what you whisper to yourself that has the greatest power. So thank you. Appreciate that.
That's really great. That's awesome. I appreciate that, sharing that, Mark. And just also wanted to, I'm sorry for the loss of your family member, John. We too at the company, JL had loss in her family as well. So she's not here this week. So if you have reached out or you tried calling the office, just give Sylvia or Kelvin, myself, if you're at Temple City branch, if you have anything needs, sign up orders and stuff like that. But yes, she also experienced a loss in her father-in-law. It's just terrible times. It's there's a lot of losses going on all around us. So again, just reminding you, make sure you connect with those around you and appreciate what you have while we're all still here. And it doesn't hurt to pick up the phone or pick up a video chat or do a Zoom and connect with people, even if they're too far away. Because obviously, if what you're doing is if you're not doing that and you have distant relatives overseas or whatever it is across the country, you're just basically setting an excuse. Oh, we're not making time for each other. You make that time. Okay, you can do that. You can make these connections, and it's up to you if you want to be really extending that bridge to one another. Because most people forget that they have so many bridges with so many relationships, and we've lost a lot of connections in the pandemic. So it's never too late to reach out. Getting back into our slides and continuing on our schedule. We have another one in 2 weeks, in September 28th, and Kelvin's Keys to Success every other Tuesday at 2 p.m. I didn't update the classes, but you can check on the AAR and the West San Gabriel for the upcoming classes. I know they had a feng shui class recently. I know we're having a very cool stuff I just want to share. And I wanted to get into the market minute, talking about what's going on in real estate. So how many of you guys have been driving to work or your commute home, going around the block and neighborhoods, and you're noticing quite a bit of one thing, especially on the weekends? I'm seeing a ton of signage. I'm seeing a sign of every other block. There's an open house for this property, open house for there. And then I kind of just keep on driving by because I follow some of the times the same route. And I still see those signs up, and I still see the same agents continuing to work open houses. And I will tell you, a lot of listings and a lot of that buyer activity has dwindled when this interest rates are so unattractive. Just like everyone has said, buyers have now stepped to the sidelines. And that's kind of the headline, in which, how do we get buyers to come back to the playing field? How do we get them back into really getting interested that they can achieve home ownership? Because ultimately, the people that I've been pulsing from other agents and other firms, as well as our own, they're saying, I'm just not getting the activity. I'm only getting maybe 2, 4, 5 people throughout the duration of your open house. And that's disappointing, especially during the summer months when it's supposed to be the peak period. But I can tell you, this is a very abnormal period of time. There is expected to be another interest rate hike because inflation is recently deemed to be not in check. It's not, it's still quite a little bit out of control. And so I would anticipate another 50 basis points of the 10-year treasury yield, which will have a ripple effects on increasing the interest rates. So if we're experiencing 6% right now, like the lenders are saying, or somewhere in there, I believe in sometime in 2022, many of us, we might see the sevens. Okay, it's potentially there. That's one way that you can entice or let people know, because this is not just me telling you. The headlines are all telling you that a lot of the news are saying we're probably going to reach the sevens at some point throughout 2022. So that is a way to get their buyers to step to the sidelines right now, because 1% higher from 6 to 7 makes a significant difference in their down payment, monthly mortgage payment. I'm sorry, and that's what people look at. Just break it down monthly. So it's great to have your tools available. When buyers say, "Oh my gosh, the payment is so high," there are options out there. Consider if they really kind of get that 30-year mortgage, there's a 40-year mortgage option as well. Okay, there are ways if you increase your down payment or get gift letters. But thirdly, when you really have a motivated seller and a buyer wanting to get things together, it's happened where we've been saving deals through seller financing. Okay, so there's options out there. There's also products for home affordability. Don't forget, for low income households that are within 120% of the AMI, area median income, there is grants out there, and the CAR will give us a 10% HAF loan. There's different things that you can kind of introduce. I know a lot of people right now are also exploring stated income, bank statement routes, and alternative financing. So keep that in mind. Always, have your buyers, cross-reference with multiple lenders, or see what kind of products are out there for them, because every scenario is unique and different. But the last tip for those of you at open houses or trying to get buyers to feel comfortable is they can always add a co-borrower. They can always get someone with the income, a family member, a friend, or relative. Everyone knows times are tough, but people are willing sometimes to help a family member just attain that credit, use their credit scores or use their income. And a lot of times they're just afraid to ask. Okay. A lot of people are just have a little bit too much pride. And what's worse, sacrificing your pride, not knowing or not never asking and not knowing the answer to you. If maybe my sister-in-law or mother-in-law would have helped me, but you would never know unless you tried or asked. And the other alternative is to be continuing to pay high rents where you're at, to being forced to the streets, or forced to move to, I don't know, another state, like many people have been choosing to do. So if you're limiting your own choices, maybe sometimes it takes someone else to just kind of have that dialogue, or at least help control the conversation. And if they say no, they say no. That's okay too. Don't take things personal. Just say, at least we tried, right? At least we explored all our options. All right. Any questions right now before I get into the slides? And we're going to talk about, this is Sylvia's portion. I think she's going to talk about a little bit what happened in home inspections with our legal CAR attorney from the AAR is Kelly Richardson. And today at the Arcadia Caravan meeting, he talked about some risk management guidance and home inspection tips. Sylvia, you want to summarize what he discussed?
Sure. Thank you so much. So yes, Kelly Richardson is now, for those of you who don't know, and you're members of the Arcadia Association of Realtors, he's now the legal counsel for the association. He took over David Freeman's position. Dave Freeman retired. So Kelly Richardson is very well vested in his time over at the CAR and AR meetings. And he basically just said to us, let me tell you, how do I even word this? How many of you, I'll start off with this. How many of you realtors out there tell your clients this house had good bones? It has good bones. How many of you say that? And don't be shy. I think I've done it a few times in my career, and I frown every time I say it, because what does that really mean? What does having good bones mean? Have you, made holes in the wall and figured out that, the right amount of nails are put in? Have you gone under the foundation and figured that, the joists are incorrect or properly? Things like that. there should be two parallel inspections done, as you know, for inspections. One is you suggest a few names for, clients to use for a property inspection. Now, I don't know if we have any property inspectors here as affiliates, but we are not property inspectors and we're not experts. We know that there are inspection companies that are certified, but at the end of the day, what Kelly's letting us know is that there's no state ordinance, there's no state guidelines that mandates the inspectors to do inspections. So, Kelly Richardson said, I can open a Kelly Richardson's inspection company today, charge, X amount of money and get an inspection done. But what does that really mean? So what we need to tell our clients is that there's risk in everything. There's risk in everything. We are not obsolete in preventing any risk to our client. So at the end of the day, recommend that there is a property inspection done by a well-bonded company that is doing inspections. We know that they, at the end of the day, what they do is they have to be conservatively prudent to find areas that need to be recommended to a plumber, recommended to an electrician for XYZ reasons. Now, how many of you have had a property inspection and have a contractor, a general contractor there, so they can quote numbers of what may be the cost of any repairs that need to be done? So there's an appellate case that is going on that ruled against, the realtor and ruled against the property inspection company for the reason that we do not, as professional experts in this practice of real estate, tell our client that a property has good bones. We don't tell them the things that we can't see. So Kelly Richardson used himself as an example. Can you tell him that he's got good bones? You got to tear him apart and look at his bones to see that. So are you going to tell your client, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, your house has good bones, but this, there's this company here that needs to, they need your home for 3 days. They need to tear holes in your walls to make sure that the wood is properly set up, that the right amount of nails are placed in, the roof. Can they tear the roof apart to make sure that underlayer is all, perfect? Nothing is perfect. So don't overpromise. Try not to overachieve. Just be honest. Have the two parallel inspections done. Now, I know Kelvin has mentioned this several times in our meetings. How many of you do your Avid on the same day that the property inspection is being done? How many of you? Okay, do you follow inspector like a puppy around and try to, find things out that they're finding out? No,
Nope.
Absolutely not. Don't do it. Yeah, I know we try to save our time to, set up a date and have it done out the same day, but have your own inspection, your own different set of eyes. And that's what you're supposed to do. At the end of the day, you are a realtor. You're not an inspector. You're not a plumber. You're not an electrician. Don't wear the hats that you shouldn't be wearing. Remember what your errors and omissions covers. Stay in compliance, and that's what we're here for. We're here for you, and we're here to help you achieve what you need to achieve. Thank you. Hand over to you, Kelvin.
Thank you, and thanks for sharing that. And instead of saying it has good bones, because like Sylvia absolutely said, and Sierra and Kelly Richardson, we don't see those bones. We don't see the interior. But what I like to do is instead, I like to, maybe sometimes I'll refer to the year it's built or the building code. And so what do you mean by that? Well, I'll tell you, as time progressed and as the building and enforcement of safety has improved over the years, certain building guidelines / code enforcement checks and safety types of items have been implemented as the decades improve. We all know in the 40s and 50s, many homes were built to accommodate all the growing families and the returning soldiers from World War II. There's a quiet period of building from 1930s. We don't see many, correct? But I'm just saying, so the older homes tend, the word I use is that they tend to use a very solid type of wood, high quality product wood. So many of the old homes you still see standing today happen to be very probably made of of a higher quality caliber of wood or hardwood as opposed to plywood that most people and builders use today. Okay, that's one thing I can say. I can also say things, you know, there's certain measurements and checks regarding earthquake safety, as well as lead-based paint and asbestos. Those items have been really discovered and found out over the decades, and now we don't use those materials like lead-based in paints after the year 1978. So if you buy something in 1990s, you won't find lead in any of those paints. If you buy something that has earthquake safety, there's something called retrofit. And retrofit is regarding your foundation footings. It's regarding how your flooring and your joists are kind of put together with the floorboards. And basically what you just need to know is in the olden days, you could just put in a small amount of concrete and pour it around and you can have a little footing there. And that's considered your foundation. Nowadays, we put much larger concrete footing bases to really hold together the bottoms of our foot in the bedrock, if it is not bedrock. So it really, it goes deeper. It has a stronger concrete material, as well as those little, the floorboards you see there, you'll see a lot more cross beams that are supporting the weight of that floor. So you hear less creaking. Many properties are now built on a slab. So you don't even have a raised foundation anymore or a crawl space. So when you have a large concrete slab, those tend to last a long time very as well, but always there's movement of the earth. So you still might have settlement cracks underneath that slab. So, but what I like to say also is well, you know, this is built in 2000. A lot of homes were built in 2000s. So I say at least, yeah, there's no, you probably won't see a lot of that popcorn ceiling. You won't see any asbestos up there because those are all materials that were inspected by inspectors to ensure that they're not included. Those material types are not used. So those are ways around saying it's got good bones. Instead, say, you know, you can base it on the age. And lastly, I'll just tell you that there are many newer homes today that are built, but some developers, and it's been notorious that some overseas developers took shortcuts. So they may not have enough rebar inside the concrete foundation. And they took some out after this inspector came by, and then they try to save on some materials. So they'll skip a few here and there, and you'll find a lot of defective construction as well. So that's why you can't even say a brand new building is perfect, because even newly built homes are still built by people, and people make mistakes. People overlook things. People might miss a screw or not tighten something enough, or might forget some step along the ways. That's why you even get a home inspection for a brand new home. All right, that's enough of that. I don't want to go too much on that lesson, but I want to go into our sales meeting slides and share a little bit about your business and your new listings and sales. So any questions on the home inspections before we jump on? All right, so just moving on, I know I'll start with today a little different format. We'll do the Arcadia branches, and then I'm going to jump onto the MLS to share Temple City agents. So new listings, we have a new listing over here for sale in Monterey Park. Nancy Liu has 1700 South Grand Ridge Avenue in Monterey Park. This is a 3-bedroom, 1.75 bath, 1560 square foot single family, offered at just under 940,000, right in the elevated areas in the hillsides. Probably got a little bit of a city light view. So talk to her if you have anyone looking for Monterey Park single families. And Steve Hang has this retail center. This looks like it's on 223 Garvey Avenue, Unit 168, Monterey Park. It's 448 small square footage for lease. And so anyone looking for a very reasonable office / retail, 1,200 square feet per month, $1,200 per month. And congrats to Carmen. She's got a new lease, 3,500 per month. This is 683 North First Avenue, right by the Arcadia board. Arcadia, 2 bedrooms, 3 baths, 1584 square feet. Talk to her if you have anyone renting. And we also have a larger square footage of another site. This is unit 228 with 1037. And talk to Steve if it's same site. If you have someone looking for a larger space, this is one is only 2,300 per month. And for Arcadia closings, we have a couple. We have our Jackson Wong, who closed at 3618 Rio Hondo Avenue in Rosemead. This is a 2-unit property, over 2,000 square feet on a nice big 11,000 plus lot. Sold at 1.165 million. Great price. Good job, Jackson. And Henry, he closed this beautiful property in Temple City, 4928 McClintock Avenue. It's a 4-bedroom, 4-bath beauty, single family. This is almost a 10,000 lot as well. Sold for 1.385 million. And definitely nice photo. We have a back on market that I'd like to share as well. I'll go into the slides in our matrix. So for actives, you guys all see my MLS screen right now?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I'll start over here and I'm gonna go sort by days on market all the way down to 23 of these listings. So we have another lease. This is in Monrovia, 209 and Sanitas Avenue. This is a lease, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 600 square feet, single duplex. This is probably a rear unit. So they're trying to rent out the back unit. Many people are trying to make ends meet, getting that extra supplemental income, renting out a back space nowadays and rear units. So yeah, this Craftsman is available. It's very, very affordable, only $1,900 per month in the north of Foothill. So it's a very nice, nice private area up in the foothills. So it's a good area. Talk to Kayla Liu if you have anyone looking to make an appointment. She's got a couple of leases that I'll share with you as well. .411 Garfield Avenue, unit number 32. This is in Monterey Park. This is a condo for sale, a senior condominium. It's a 1 bed, 1 bath, about 721 square foot living area, newly painted, new blinds, and laminated wood flooring. So if you have anyone looking for a senior condo, that's very, very reasonably affordable for $389,000. A lot of children are buying this to stay near and have their children and parents nearby. So talk to Shanae if you have any clients looking for a senior condo. She's got a lockbox installed, and she also up front gives a disclosure. Very good job, Shanae. And we have a brand new listing by Clinton Chung. I just helped him and saw this space individually myself and in person. This is a warehouse for lease. 333 Mission Road, Los Angeles. If you're driving on the 10 freeway, right here next to the 101, beautiful, excellent location right by the corridor here near in downtown LA, near there. 10,000 per month is for this large 5840 square foot structure, currently operating as a fitness exercise gym, boxing, dance, and art gallery studio. So it has a lot of flexible uses. I want to help Clinton out on his first commercial transaction. You can see here very high ceilings. The roof has been redone, renovated recently by the current property owner, and bathrooms / locker space is available here underneath. There's a second story as well. Office spaces, private office spaces on the second floor. This is your observation deck if you want to check out what's going on downstairs. A lot of flexible uses for this commercial lease. Talk to Clinton if you have anyone, a business, storage. The available types would be great for anyone in the gallery or in arts or in dance people. Could also be used for film / another type of exercise or health and fitness space. So private offices available upstairs, and you have a roll-up dock. Good look, great location. And we have a property in El Mirage. This is 20650 Sheep Creek Road. It's 628,000 for this lucrative potential opportunity. And is Candice in here or Amy? Let me check.
No.
Candice, I see you in here. Can you remove this photo? We need to remove anything in here like this. We don't want any maps.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll-
And this
Yeah.
one as well. This should not be your first photo. We don't, definitely, take these two out. Okay.
Okay.
So we
Yeah,
have this property here. It's a 40 acres, 628,000 for, you got this right. This is not the price. This is a 1,742,000 square foot acreage in El Mirage. First day on the market, asking only 628. And if you're looking for this huge 40-acre lot in San Bernardino County, just go ahead and talk to Henry Liu. He's got the land, and talk to him. It's got this little nice structure, and it's got this one too, Candice. Take it out.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Okay.
So this is also cross-referenced as single family, and you can do that. Vacant land, a single family, if it applies. So now we have another property here, 1215 North San Gabriel Avenue, number 203 in the city of Azusa. This property is pending, but I do want to give kudos because this agent is not like the rest of those open house agents who have something unsold. They got it sold in 4 days, priced it right, 2-bedroom, 2 baths, 425,000. Congratulations, Sylvia, you got this one sold. How did you get this one sold in the first week? No one else is doing that. Sylvia.
A lot of diligent work, very constructive, open house. Mark and we had a lender present, and I communicated effectively with all the agents. As you know, we're cooperating with all the agents. We're here to work with you. This one here is going to be one that, I mean, I can personally sell myself, but I'm giving an opportunity to everyone to come over on board and show this is how we do things at Coldwell Banker Dynasty. We cooperate with other realtors. So we kept it very structured. We had over 40 agents show up, and we probably had over 20 non-represented buyers show up. And I had agents call me and say, I can't make it, represent me, do an escalation clause, put 10,000 above whatever offer is there. You know, they wanted to get creative here and there. You know, you represent me. I said, you know, at the end of the day, it's not about me representing everybody. At the end of the day is who's going to show up, who's going to make the time, and we're going to narrow it. It's a narrow window. Everyone has the same opportunity, and that's how it's going to be. I need to follow my client's guide. You know, she's terminally ill. So I wanted to make it as smooth as possible for her. It's in a city that I had to pay $300 for a license to sell, which I did. And let me tell you, made a lot of good friendships with other realtors, got this sold. I represented the seller as a buyer on this property. And at that time, it was not on the market. I needed a property for my client. There was nothing for her. So I went and camped out at the seller's home in Rancho Cucamonga and got the listing. So that's how
you do what it
done.
takes. You go the extra mile, literally. And this is and you put a sense of urgency. So in your instructions, which agents always should read, is private remarks. You're presenting offers quickly on Sunday. They're due by Sunday, 12 p.m. So that really sensed that as social urgency. That's why you had the traffic, because you said, I'm only doing one open house.
Right.
I'm putting a very attractive, because you know what? This is a property that we're going to sell it this weekend. And the seller's on board. They're okay with it because you're letting, and I'm sure you got a little bit over asking. So that people have to fight and compete for this, and you get the counter and get, you know, this and that. Escalation clauses, those are all things that you can pull out of your pocket. But you can only do that when you have leverage. And the only way you have leverage is if you have multiple offers. That's how you explain things to the market, to the seller. Okay. And she's already putting out initial terms that the seller prefers. giving a hints to the buyer's agents what to write. So I like a lot of stuff that you did, a lot of nice strategy and tactics in today's slow buyer activity market. We have
Thank you.
6111 Keniston Avenue in Los Angeles. This is for sale at 1.198 million. Nice property over here. This is remodeled, almost fully renovated in the quiet neighborhood of Park Mesa Heights. Gilbert Del Toro is listing this property. You can check out some of the interiors, nicely staged. It's got a great, excellent with image and appearance for positive first impressions. Just takes a nice, really good buyer to get this property. Bring your buyers out, check out this lovely home, and upgraded electrical. I know Gilbert does good work on a lot of the stuff that he does inside there. So talk to Gilbert if you have anyone interested. And we have 1841 Cimarron in street in Los Angeles. This is another 1.298 remodeled home. This one's got five bedrooms, 2 baths, 2544 square feet living area, and also recently remodeled. So you could check out this craftsman home and all the great, wonderful things. I love this big wide
door.
This door to me is built with
Grand.
wood. Very grand. It has that appearance that, hey, this is a very, it's a genuine, solid built. I'm not gonna say good bones, but it has definitely a lot of good wood, solid wood built throughout that I can see, and a lot of great character and history to this with the exposed beams, nicely, elegantly accented across the top. And your fireplace mantle. Cool. So if you got those clients interested in something unique and special, talk to Gilbert on this nice little beautiful property here. And going to our next one, 5809 Beverly Boulevard in Los Angeles. I'm also familiar with this commercial retail space for sale. It's a 1580 square foot, excellent, decent location right here on Beverly Boulevard with a lot of traffic. You're very close to 60 freeway and downtown LA. This is a big upgraded, not upgraded. This is a nice high visibility property. So it could utilize with many types of business use, office space, retail storefront. It looks like it was prior used as a restaurant. Currently is operating as a salon, beauty salon. So they have hookups for hair washing, mirrors, and little private offices with a drop-down ceiling. But you can knock that all out and have an exposed ceiling if you wanted to. So good property. I know this is priced to sell. This is with Michael Reynoso, and I'm listing this one as well. So I'm familiar with this one. If you want anyone to make a showing, you can talk to Michael at 626, or you can call his number over there on the MLS, listed by CBD Investment Inc. And we have 420 Grand Avenue in San Gabriel. This is right on an excellent central San Gabriel location by Mission Road. 420 Grand is 850,000 for this 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,200 plus square feet on a nice, generous 7,000 plus lot. If you have anyone interested in this single family, you can see the frontage. It's got a nice, fully fenced perimeter, and this property is listed. Congratulations, Michael Reynoso. He's been on fire, and the owner does know where he's going. He does know where they want to move to, so this can be delivered vacant. They upgraded some of the front. They have a nice corner lot location. It does need some TLC and cosmetic upgrades because it is a mostly original in its flavor and style, but easily could be remodeled. And so talk to Michael if you have any clients looking to be right here in San Gabriel. 7301 Vista Del Mar. This is in Playa del Rey for a beachside property. This is your balcony. If you got this property for lease, $7,900 per month. Excellent Playa del Rey location, right directly on the bike and passenger path So you could literally just step outside and get that fresh air, walk to the beach, enjoy all the hustle and the bustle of what LA offers, and enjoy that cool air and breeze. Great property for lease, and it's also available for sale. So talk to Andy Fu if you have anyone interested in this Playa del Rey beach condo. This is 10532 Danes Avenue in Temple City. We've been getting a tremendous amount of calls ever since this listed this past week. Anis Chow has this one for rent. There's a front unit and a back unit, $4,000 per month for this nice little property over here. It's a single family with a rear guest house, 1,730 square foot for this one. 8 days on the market. This is Anis's listing, so talk to her if you have anyone interested, and should lease out soon. We have 1700 Grand Ridge. We just talked about that with 5412 Signac Court, Chino Hills, and this one is Melissa Chang. It's vacant. You can go ahead and use the Supra. Talk to her if you have this is a gorgeous Chino Hills for lease. Highly desirable, very affordable considering you get 3,000 square feet of living area. And it's got a beautiful 3-car garage, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. And this is an excellent price, very reasonable and affordable. I would expect this one to lease out quickly because $4,000 a month is not that much for such a grand, big home. Very priced very well. There's open houses this weekend. And 1234 Wilshire, Unit 219 in Los Angeles is for lease, $2,650 per month, right in the heart of Wilshire district. 1 bedroom, 1 bath studio, 960 square feet, has hardwood floors and very modern design. Come walk home, walk to downtown LA, go to the metro. You can have a lot of great access to downtown. And that'll be your lobby area, extra area that you get. Wow, this is a nice kitchen. Has a really cool modern contemporary feel and theme. You probably are up on the story so you can get some views of the city lights and wow, that's a beautiful closet too. So congratulations, Sam Chow has this lease for available. It's vacant, so talk to him if you have anyone, and utilize Rent Spree for your rental applications. And 683 First Avenue, Unit C in Arcadia, right by the 210 freeway. Excellent location just south of Foothill. $3,500 per month gets you this 1,584 square foot condominium that's recently built in 2017. It's got a nice newer kitchen. And you can see here it's townhouse style with the garage on the bottom, living areas upstairs, and gated front. So you have that privacy, newer construction only in 2017. So congratulations to Carmen Lee, and talk to her if you have anyone willing to lease this one. And you got another lease. This is 1000 Fairview Ave, number 2 in Arcadia. $2,950 per month for this 1,450 square foot condominium. This is back on market, and talk to Carmen if you have anyone looking for this one. You can easily show with the Supra. And it's got a nice small patio, and looks like it's almost move-in ready. And we have 223 Garvey. We talked about this one with Steve. He has both of those available for commercial lease. And 1293 Ridgecrest, we already talked about this one. 440 Winthrop, I wanted to just send you a reminder. This is a San Marino gorgeous beauty. Recently remodeled just a few years ago. This is 4-bed, 3-bath. And I personally visited this property with Sylvia. We took photos and had a great time at the Broker's Caravan. Check out the amazing, impeccable, sparkling pool. Even though I'm not supposed to say park sparkling, but this is an infinity pool. You have a nice, excellent landscaping. And I love that you have surround sound everywhere. These glass sliding doors are just one of the best around. So you can literally have some color schemes throughout, accent lighting everywhere. You got fountain spraying. You can really have this as a nice, executive type of property. And these doors open up so you can have an inside outside feel. Very elegant, upgraded materials everywhere throughout, wall-to-wall tiling, European cabinet styles, special unique doors throughout every single area. You have just beautiful for San Marino.
The lighting enhancements throughout that whole house is pretty exquisite. And that
It
photo,
is.
that
I
photo
haven't
is
seen-
pretty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I haven't seen air ducts just like this too. This is your ventilation.
Exactly,
So you can,
exactly. And
yeah.
the swimming pool, it's a very sexy lighting on the swimming pool.
So the kitchen was really impressed me. They have one of the best that money can buy in terms of appliances, and I think it was Wolf and various types of stainless steel. You got two sides. You even have a hot pot cooking right here in their center island. So anyway, if you haven't checked it out, that's even a very good property to really just get inspiration and ideas on your own elements of remodels. All right, talk to Melissa, UMA Cheng, if you have any clients looking for a one-of-a-kind San Marino property. And this one is stuck. Let me see what's going on here. We talked about this one already, and the last one was Winthrop. Yeah, that was the last one. We have a couple of solds I want to share with you, so just bear with me. And before we conclude today's sales meeting, it's 1855 Fern Avenue in Ontario. It's a 900,000, 20,000 closing price for a pretty generous lot size. So this one just sold, and we got this one. Congratulations to La Ma and her client for buying this property. I just helped them with the notary as well. So this one got closed. Her clients are super happy, got great rates, $920,000 in Ontario.
Now, Kelvin, is this an extra congratulations? Is this her property or no?
Correct. She did co-buy this property with the investor. And
Awesome.
11827 Basie Street in El Monte, California. This one still went over asking. See, guys, the market does speak. If you price it right, you can get over asking. It's a nice 8,400 plus lot size, sold in 1 week. 3-bed, 2 baths for this nice big property with its own front. Looks like it's in pretty good shape inside. It's got a nice floor plan open. And this single family property was sold by Daniel Wong. He got the job done for his client and closed this one on time, less than a month. And so if you have, I think that's the last one in terms of closings. Let me see the date of this last closing. Henry Liu closed in last week. This is a commercial property by Henry Liu. Actually, this is Temple City right here. Okay. And we saw that one in McClintock. All right. So with that said, we have a great week. Any questions or anything regarding, and Shermona does have this closing right here. Just want to give her kudos. I'm not sure if that was after our last sales meeting, but she did close at 528 104th Street in LA for $665, right around that asking price. Good job, Shermona.
Kelvin, I just want to say that, we have such magnificent agents here at our agency. We have more success listings and closed sales than the AAR even had this morning at Caravan. So that shouts volumes of what we stand for here.
It's not me, it's you guys. You guys need to, I love that you guys are here. I love that you guys are attending, staying informed, and hopefully you can get some nuggets of wisdom, nuggets of experience, nuggets of things that the way we phrase things like we're doing today regarding the bones of a home. So hopefully you improve. Hopefully it inspires you to get some more sales done throughout from now to the end of 22. Because I know many of us didn't expect for sales volume to be relatively this slow. And I still want to remind you, go for your goals. Today I'm going to my client's home inspection. My client's a first-time home buyer, and he's happy he got served a notice to vacate. Didn't think he can get financing. He was going to rent again. I told him, consider buying. It's a slower market right now. It's not like it was before. Let me get you in touch with the lender. Long story short, we went showing properties last 2 weekends ago, put in an offer. We're in escrow. So we opened escrow Monday, and I hope everything goes well. But he was totally not even expecting a week ago that he'd be buying a home. And I talked to him about it. To give him, you're renting for this amount, pay a little bit more, you could buy this property of yours. And it made sense. Husband and wife talked, they're getting it done. They did everything quickly, so I'm happy for that. And hopefully everything goes well at our home inspection today. So it's not hard, guys. Just when you explore options, when you give proper consultations, when you get them in touch with the professionals, because they're not doing a standard loan. Okay, we're getting our offer accepted at FHA. So you have a lot more flexibility when sellers are not getting the offers that they like. Now they have to consider more types of people, and we're doing FHA. We got acceptance. We have a lot of protections in place because I'm representing them. And I hope you feel as confident as you are when you write your offers as well. All right, guys, talk to you all later. Call me, text me, or Sylvia if you have any questions. And I'll see you hopefully next week at sales meeting. Otherwise, make it a great week. All right.
Thank you, Kelvin. Thank you, everyone. And Martin Mesa showed up a little bit later. Shout out to Martin Mesa.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for the great info.
Good seeing you, Martin. Good seeing you guys. Thanks for staying to the
Yeah.
very end.